Mariana Salgado. I'm a service designer in the Ministry of the Interior here in Finland. I'm part of the group Inland Design. At the moment, our group has shrunk and we are only 2 designers in the ministry. We used to have a bigger group when we were working before in the Finnish Finnish Service for Immigration. We have different projects. We are supporting, for example, some digitalizations. We are part of the creation of different software or portals or apps for not only for the ministry, but also for the whole consortium. Our manifesto says that we do together with people, so we co-design, and for us it's super important that we don't only, for example, test different things that we are doing, but we start from scratch without having like an idea of what we are going to do, and then we search and investigate, and then from there create new projects and new initiatives in the ministry. They already had this idea that they wanted to create a chatbot. So the idea was there. What we came with is like how to start it and how to do it. The problem was that at the moment it was 2017 and the immigrants were calling us in order to know where is the status of the residence permit, for example. And we were at that moment answering only around the 20% of the calls. In the digital services, they have this idea that we could create a chatbot, and we wanted to co-design this chatbot together with immigrants and together with the staff of Migri, which is our immigration service. The whole CAMU was super successful because at the moment we are answering the 70% of the calls. First, we did a workshop with people in the customer service in which we asked them about how to address, what was the personality. Then we did very creative surveys in which we ask immigrants, how does CAMU need to answer to you? So we asked them, do you want to be like a car mechanical type of to the fact and very dry, or would you prefer that to be your boss, or would you prefer to be like a teacher or like your best friend? We wanted to know what generates most trust and what was a way to address immigrants when we were giving information about their migration process. It was not possible to do it without them because they are the experts in customer service. So it's impossible to think that you are going to do a new channel for customer service and not do it with them. Our only role there was making them willing to do it with us, right? And we got good feedback because they were super happy when they saw that the results were good. When designers, we enter into the government, it's quite often that a lot of groups, they are quite resistant. And there is always people that embrace us and say, hey, come, I would like your help and we would like to do this with you. And then there is groups that no. One of the measurements that we thought that we wanted to have is like how many groups return to us, how many people that we have been in contact and collaborating in a certain project want and invite us to future projects. Well, one of the biggest issues, in my opinion, is the hierarchies. Something that for us is very important is that we are all in a horizontal line. When I say co-designing with the staff and with the immigrants, there is not one that is more important than other. So the whole thing is about like making time in your group to really have an interaction and a dialogue in order to develop services that are good for everybody, right? Especially for the citizens, in the case that the services that you are developing for them. Bringing everybody to the same table, right? Because something that we do is a lot of this facilitate collaboration with different stakeholders and putting them in a non-hierarchical way of collaborating. So that has a lot of potential in terms of the creative imaginary solutions that you can do, because if everybody can freely express and is well facilitated to do in a new way, then there is a lot of new potential services that could also happen across silos. So this type of holistic understanding of the problems and systematic understanding of the problems that design brings to the government is super useful, because we have these silos, and sometimes it's difficult to break them. So putting everybody under the same table to collaborate in the development of something using this design framework makes it happen. Something that it has its particularities is that till now there has been a lot of government laboratories that have been working across agencies. If you see the other big and important laboratories that have been created in the government, they are not a group of insiders, in-house designers. This is the first step, and thanks to them we can exist, right? But I really think that we should go towards toward having this type of units inside the organization, because the possibilities to innovate, they are super different when we know from the inside how to navigate and how to co-create with different persons inside our organizations.